Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and I am still overjoyed with positivity over the fact that the Western Australian Police Force was able to safely locate and recover Miss Cleo Smith. In fact, they deserve a massive round of applause, which I know the boys in blue don't always receive these days, but when they do things right, we have to applaud them because this was a case many thought was going to end in tears. And thankfully it didn't. And now they have released the audio tape of them discovering her where she announces herself. They have also revealed who was responsible for this, or at least who they believe is responsible for this. And they have now charged the man that they believe has done this. And we're going to get there in a second. Before we get there, let's listen to this amazing audio of these heroes finding her in this home. Here it is, where they try to figure out, is this actually her?
I got it.
Hey, Bobby.
Bring the camera in.
Hey, Bobby, come here. Come here. I got you, Bobby.
What's your name?
You're alright.
What's your name? What's your name, sweetheart?
My name is Cleo.
Your name is
You're alright,
Cleo.
Bobby.
Hello, Cleo.
Oh, I mean, thank God they found her when they did. Thank God. It is such a rough, it's so hard to hear all that, but so amazing to know they found her in time. And the big question now becomes, who could do such a thing? Who could do such a thing? Well, they did not wait to make their charges, and they have now charged a man for this. And they've charged him, and they have also, now we've discovered this man named Terence Darrell Kelly is the man who was charged, had a doll room inside of his house, according to reports. 36-year-old who was arrested following a night raid on his home in the coastal town of Carnavon posted numerous photos of himself surrounded by toys on social media. I love taking my dolls for drive-arounds and doing their hair and taking selfies in public, he posted in Facebook in April 2020. Cleo, we know what happened. Obviously, the search began, but here was the image of him. Bratz Dolls was, which I guess he was named as, and here he is posing around town with his Bratz dolls. The lights were on. She was playing with toys. I think that's all about I want to say. Says the sergeant. This is still a matter that needs to go before the courts. There's certain aspects of what we saw that is going to be evidence. A member of staff at a toy shop in the town told reporters that she had sold several dolls to Kelly over the last few years. Police refused to answer questions on whether the toys were found inside the property. Superintendent Rod Wild, head of task force, said he didn't want to go into that. But we do have images, and there's several news outlets that are now reporting on these images. A vast collection. Look, I got toys. But I do think it would be weird if everything behind me was Bratz dolls. And he had a lot of Bratz dolls. Look, you could be a toy collector. I don't mean to judge. But something's off with this guy, so it seems. And this guy was out there constantly posing with his Bratz collections. Now, some have said that they are assuming then that he wanted a real life doll is what the motivation here is, what was going on. I don't know the motivation. That's the speculation that's been out there. But I can tell you, man, this is rough to go through and rough to read. And this man needs some serious help. Aside from even, obviously, let's charge this man and take him to trial and make sure everything is all buttoned up and that he's the one who did this. But anybody who's going to do that, my gosh, they have issues, and issues that deserve serious jail time, as well as, I think, worse. I got to be careful what I say here on this platform, but I'm sorry. Due process, everyone. I say that because the media actually ran with a story about someone who wasn't the one they actually found. And the media ran with it and posted photos of this guy and had to retract it. So we always have to be careful. Let the court system do their job. If this man indeed is the man who did it and all this stuff, he's going to pay. But seeing these images, I mean, it all just comes to head and just makes me want to just... my blood is boiling at sort of this. And look, I don't know what's going on. Maybe this man is mentally, not all there. Maybe this man really needed some more help. And that's something that's, I think, a massive problem in our society. Mental health is such a big problem in our society, and we need more accessibility to resources, to therapy. And I don't know what it is in Australia. I know it at least in here. And my goodness, things like this could be prevented if people had access to better doctors and medication and things if needed, and rehab support systems, etc. So look, this was the man that they found. Here she is, all happy. But more information finally coming into the charges, as well as the creepy rooms and behaviors of this man that they found in there. Local sites in Australia have pictured Kelly holding Bratz dolls while wearing a T-shirt. It says Bratz. He allegedly created fake social media profiles with photos. I don't know why they were fake, but he created. I guess just they weren't his, but he created accounts to show off his doll collections. He's been charged with various offenses, and what else was here? Making sure I have a. When questioned over his alleged obsession with dolls and whether he may have used them to lure Cleo, police said they would not be commenting, reports Daily Mail. After charging the suspect, he said in a statement, I don't want to read all these charges, but there's a lot of serious charges that he's up for. There was apparently a moment in the court today where he did, he will not make any further comment charges. There was a moment apparently in the court where he did sort of yell at the people, like, what are you looking at? I'm going to come for you, is the other thing I had read somewhere. As they were doing the charges. So, sorry. And I don't feel for this guy. Specialist child interviewers would be speaking with her, and authorities had instructed her parents on how to talk to her to preserve her memory, make sure they know what happened, and help her. She's a very bright, upbeat, sweet little girl, very well adjusted. Hashtag has been trending all over Twitter. And we do have a new photo here of her. I hope the media will start to leave her alone. I understand we want to know the questions. I understand we're going to try and look into this a little bit more of like what happened, how did this happen, how do we avoid this happening again? But at a certain point, media, you got your photos. Here she is in her nice pink dress with her pink balloon. Leave them alone. She's found. Let them live their lives. Let the police are on it. Go interview them. Go bother them. But this should not be a camped outside the Cleo's house waiting for more and more questions and bugging her with press. Let them go. She's found. We did our job. Everyone take your round of applause and leave them alone, please. Now, as for this guy, dude, I want to be careful here because I don't know what happened. All I know is this dude needs to go to jail if he did indeed take her. And seeing all the stuff that's in here, this guy, to me, something's up. Something's up with a grown man posing out in public with Bratz dolls. Personally, I'm going to judge that. Sorry, I'm going to judge that. Not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Something's off here, and something's, I think, really off here. And so we need to do a better job at mental health and making sure people are medicated and stuff. But I don't know. What is your opinion on this? Does this surprise you that this is the person that would find it? It doesn't surprise me, sadly. But are we supposed to then see a grown man with a bunch of Bratz dolls, immediately call the police? What do we do now? How do we prevent this in the future? I don't know. But all I know is I need to go take a shower because this is weird, creeps me out, and it infuriates me at the same time. But I wanted to give you as an update because I did tell you I'd update you as charges were given, and they have been. I imagine we'll be hearing more in this case as it develops, and he is officially charged. I mean, what's the next word? Indicted or... I don't know how the Australian court system works, but stay tuned because I imagine this guy is in trouble. There you go. If you would like more updates on this case as well as others, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, and smash that like button. It's Thursday. We're going to go over a missing person case every Thursday here live on the show. We're live every day, though, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so join us here. Popcorn Planet live in the mornings, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe.